I just had to spread some knowledge that was confirmed today in my class. I'm a criminal justice major, and I would tell anybody that make sure if you decide to be a criminal justice major, that don't let professors, you're going to have some professors that are racist and they're going to brainwash you and say things like Floyd died from drugs or Michael Brown's death was justified. But you always have that one that's very, very wise. And one of my professors, like, I feel so blessed to have him. This is the second semester I'm having him. And I had him from research methods class, and now I have him for senior seminar. And he said something today. He said, blacks end up in jail and can't get out, not because they're bad people or whatever, or they're prone to crime. You know, that's a stereotype, and it's people that really believe that. He said we get into trouble and can't get out because we don't have generational wealth. I'm going to say that again. It's not that there's anything wrong with us. He said, and this is a Jewish man, he's white, but he said black people, because he asked, because we did presentations today. So my classmate, he was doing a presentation saying that, you know, it's discrimination against us and X, Y, and Z. And the professor was like, yeah, true. But he asked him, he's like, who you think is more prone to commit crime? He said, you know, or who you think is committing the crimes? The presenter, he didn't know no better. He said black people. The professor responded and said, no, it's white people. He said, if black people, we make up 13% of the population of the U.S., how the hell do we, do all the crimes? And the professor was like, no, white people commit more crimes. But the difference is white people create generational wealth. Indians, Asians, everyone creates generational wealth. Blacks, we don't have that. So us not having that, in a sense, we're still in bondage, in a sense, in slavery, where they could take us back into slavery, which is jail. I just had to share that knowledge. I was like, yo, he be preaching. I be like, yo. And he shed light that some of my classmates still don't like believe it, because we've been so brainwashed that, blacks are number one. My professor was like, no, whites are number one. And this is no shade to white people, but whites are number one in jail, not blacks. And he had us Google it a few weeks ago, and we saw it. Whites make up 76% of the U.S. population. Therefore, how the hell are black people gonna be the high percentage of jail? It's not blacks, it's whites. But the difference is whites have generational wealth. And that's how we have to start thinking. We got to get on it. We can't think just about ourselves. We got to think about our children. We got to think about our children's children. I always think like, I don't want my son to have to work menial jobs to get by. I want him to go to school and graduate at 23, not like me. Finally, I'm graduating at 33 next month, but I want him to graduate at 23, and by the time he's 33, hopefully he'll own a home that he could pass down to his children, or I'll be able to own a home one day and I could pass it down. That's all that matters. And it's not about being rich, but it's about being rich up here. Food for thought.